New York City. It became the center of Western civilization by being the city that never sleeps. The 8.5 million people that call it home spend their days in the busy streets, working and living in one of the most densely packed places in the country. The other thing, however, that made the city so famous is its surrounding harbors. A city needs connection to the outside world, as do the residents. Battery Park is host to the Manhattan Sailing Club. It is one of the biggest community sailing organizations in the country. Membership allows people from all walks of life to the water in their J24 fleet, and this year's Hedge Fund Regatta was the perfect example of getting down to business. 10 of New York City's finest hedge funds drafted teams to compete in an afternoon regatta with the Manhattan Sailing Club's clubhouse on station to bring the spectators to the races. The regatta is held every year to support the next generation of sailors via the New York Harbor Sailing Foundation.
The city was founded because of its harbor, and it's really great when young people can get back to the water and really sort of experience firsthand what gave birth to New York City. So we have the Sailing Foundation, which tries to keep the rates as low as possible so that everyone can participate, but we find that every year more and more people want to participate. That's a good thing, but it means we have to keep buying more and more boats. And so something like the Hedge Fund Regatta makes that possible. And again, it keeps the cost down so that it's something reasonable that families in Lower Manhattan or anywhere in New York City can participate in. It's a great event. It's a natural for Lower Manhattan, and it raises money for this increasingly popular program. A lot of the credit goes to Michael Fortenbaugh, who runs North Cove Marina. You know, you can't talk about our Optimist program, you can't talk about the Teen Sailing School without saying thanks, Michael Fortenbaugh. You've done a great job.
I'd like to thank all the great companies that have come down here to make donations towards the New York Harbor Sailing Foundation, to make the hedge fund possible. You know, without their support, we couldn't do all these great things for kids, but with their support, we can do bigger and better things every year.
I like about sailing is you have freedom. It makes me feel one with the wind, and it doesn't feel like I have too much pressure on me.
You get to go on the water, the open water, and the wind just pushes you, and you go really fast. You can go fast, you're in total control of the boat. It's fun, and it's calming.
Especially when there's not that much wind, it's relaxing.
If it's more wind, a lot of water would go in your boat.
It's going to be a surprise what happens next, but then you get to know, and then you figure out by doing it.
I like it because it's very interacting.
I like learning a lot, so when I learn it, I try to do that, and then I move on to the next thing.
Yesterday I moved up into intermediate, so I'm kind of proud of that.
Since I've been sailing for nearly 2 weeks and I haven't capsized once.
But I like the racing the best because there's a lot of different courses and it's really fun.
I made a lot of friends.
Most of these people are intermediate sailors, even though they're kids. So I like hanging out with them because they can also teach me stuff.
It's different than any other thing.
Not many people know how to sail, and it's kind of a unique sport.
It's such a beautiful view to come out here.
And it's just fun having the wind in your face. And
I like sailing around the Statue of Liberty.
I guess I just wanted to sail with my brother, but now I'm on my own, and I think it's pretty cool.
I learned how to sail, and now I can help my grandparents sail the boat.
You play sponge ball. Sponge tag. Someone has a tennis ball and they're sailing around, and you have to throw it into someone else's boat.
We also play a game called Pirates, where you have to swim out of your boat and capsize someone.
Red Fleet won.
Yeah, well, everyone thinks Red Fleet won, everyone thinks Blue Fleet won.
I really want to sail in the teens group.
I can't wait to sail bigger boats.
It's Parents Visiting Afternoon, so I'm able to see the progress they've made.
And I'm from the UK, and all I see is photographs, so this is the first time I've actually seen her on the water, so it's really thrilling.
It's been nice to come out here and see how much she enjoys sailing.
Isatu's sort of the first real sailor in the family, and she absolutely adores it.
She comes home babbling about race strategy and how to avoid landing in irons when you tack too soon, and so on and so on.
He wouldn't stop talking. He was beaming. exhausted, hungry, excited, and immediately went to Facebook to tell all his friends about his experience.
We live and they go to school on the Upper West Side, so they were indoors most of the day. So coming out here and being out in the sun and the sea, oh my gosh, it's fantastic.
Last year, the only thing they said to me was, don't screw up signing up and miss it.
And I checked the prices and I said, this is fantastic because as people know who live in the city or around the metro area, everything is very, very expensive.
I have noticed that. It's a very quiet confidence, but I can see it in their eyes and their face when they talk about their day.
If you think of it, in a lot of ways, handling a sailboat is a more serious responsibility than driving a car. And yet, at 8, 9, and 10 years old, they come out here and their second or third day, they're already piloting boats, they're on a conga line, racing around dinghies. It is an amazing kind of validation for a kid this age. And it would be unique under any circumstances, but the opportunity to do it here, where you get to race out to the Statue of Liberty and back, there's just no place else in the world where that experience is available. And we are all very, very lucky to be a part of it.
I think sailing camp will be much more memorable than the SAT prep class that I made him take. So I want to thank sailing camp for making it happen for parents like me.
We love sailing! Sailing! Yeah!
Knowing who the Hedge Fund Regatta is benefiting keeps the event laid back, but still competitive. As the competitors left the city by sailboat, spectators left by launch to be delivered to the clubhouse to watch the regatta, enjoy the summer evening, and to cheer on their favorites. Three races were held in the harbor with the skyline of Manhattan behind. Two teams rose to the top of the charts quickly, exchanging firsts and seconds. It would all come down to the last race, long after the sun had set, to break the tie between Moore Capital and Lucas Capital. The prize of keeping the Hedge Fund Regatta trophy for a year in their office, luring them like a carrot to the finish line. With a rough start, Lucas Capital looked like they were out of it with shifty breeze and only one time around the racecourse to catch up. Yet catch up they did. By the top mark, they were mid-fleet, and by the leeward mark, they were third. Moore Capital, in first place at this point, had to watch over their shoulders as it came down to a photo finish.
Is our fifth shot. We came in second before, first year number one. Moore Capital, go, go, go.
All right, Moore Capital. Moore Capital just outnosed Lucas Capital across the line to take the title. Several bottles of champagne and the coveted trophy for 2012. Congratulations to the winners. For T2P TV, this is Ashley Love.